Okay, welcome back everyone. So, you've all been assigned specific glazes to mix. Michaela, I think I forgot to assign you one, but I wrote it in on, I hand wrote it in on the student board. I've tacked up all the things up there.
Okay.
It's there. So this mixing glazes is quite easy. You're assigned a glaze. Each of those glazes has a corresponding recipe. All right. Now, the glaze that I have here, this is Reeves Green. This bucket, the recipe for it had fallen off the bucket, so I reprinted it on our printer on a computer over here. That's from the 90s, and it's actually off the grid. Dots doesn't even know it's there.
They're gonna know now.
So the buckets all the buckets out there and the glazes you've been assigned, they have this on the side, okay? And what you're gonna do is, this over here, these are the names of the ingredients. This one has 4 ingredients plus 2 additive ingredients. This right here is the percentage of that ingredient in the glaze, in the batch. That percentage we can convert to grams. So if this is going to be, that looks like it's a 2,000 gram batch, 75% of 2,000 is 1,500. Okay, you don't have to do you don't have to do any of that math. It's right on here, and the batch that you mix is this number right here. Okay, now are we going to do 1,500 pounds or are we going to do 1,500 grams? I think grams would be a better idea for the sake of this class. So what you do is, we have different types of scales. Right now, our electric scales are working well, so we'll keep using those. We also have a triple beam, or whatever they're called, the one that you used in some class probably. Biology, was it? Yeah, they're incredibly accurate. So those are good. But this is fine right now, and it's really fast and it's accurate. So like you aren't gonna mess up like adding like the different weights and stuff. So, but to get to the right unit, you're gonna turn it on, and then there's this thing that says units right there. You're gonna hit unit until grams comes up. And then you'll put your bucket or container, if you're making a big batch of glaze like Grace did here, did you use this or did you?
Yeah, I couldn't find it.
You can use, well this works just fine, you just have to like use more. Yeah, you can use one of the buckets that's this size. But then remember, this bucket or this container has weight. So what do we do when we add weight to the scale? Yeah, we zero it out. So the actual word zero starts with a Z, and that's why there's a Z right there. So you hit that, and then you're at 0 again. And then we're at 0, we're in grams. We go to our recipe. We're looking, our first is Custer feldspar. We start looking. Custer feldspar, I dare say, is right in front of Amanda over there, am I right?
You're incorrect.
I'm incorrect?
You're incorrect.
Really?
Yeah.
There's Cornwall.
Oh, sorry, it's right here.
I was like, it's not here. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, the clays are over there. Custer feldspar is right here. We take a scoop. There's various sizes of scoops, but you start adding to your container until it's at 1,500. Put it into an empty bucket. Okay, there's a whole stack of buckets right over there. Right, could you shut the door a little bit, Shelby? Right there. Those are the buckets. That's Shelby. So you're gonna put that dry material into the bucket, and then we're gonna do the exact same thing. So our next is whiting. Whiting actually has 2 different names. It's calcium carbonate, but on our label here, it's whiting. Put more in there. Silica's right here. Now I dare say EPK is over there.
You're correct.
I am correct.
Good job.
Yeah. So, and then I mentioned additives. So this is a base. That right there is a base. We need to, there's 2 additives here. To that base, we can change the color. So if we just did this, this would be white. This is a green glaze. To make it green, we add chrome. Our stains, oh shush. Our stains are over here. Okay? So those are all stains and oxides. Now,
Is that the dangerous stuff?
it can be. This one is dangerous. This is chrome. It's a heavy metal. So you want to wear gloves with this. I'm being a bad example, but at home I absolutely wear gloves all the time with this stuff. And I do. The gloves live sometime. Well, there's some right there, but they also they're right here. Okay. All right. So then you put that in, and then there you'll notice too that if you can't find it, this is important. If you can't find a material in here, or over here, or over there, okay? Also, you'll notice that all these cupboards are labeled with what are in them. If one of these is empty, the stuff's up there or inside those containers or up here. So you ask me. So, well, okay, we're gonna get this back on there. Okay. All right. So lastly, you'll slowly add water to this. And so Grace is mixing this one right now and doing a really good job. And so the material went in there, and Grace added the material to the bucket. That's totally fine. What happens now is we're going to take this and put it into a different bucket because we have to sieve it. Because when you add water, it clumps. All right. So I'm just going to take this and dump it into this bucket, and you might want to do this with a partner. Unfortunately, this one's low enough, but I think I can lift it.
Can't you use the drill?
Yeah, we should demo the drills. You don't have to use the drill, but yes, you can use the drill. And let me demo that quick. So, this is our drill. This bit on the end is for whipping the glaze up. You don't want to floor it. You just start really, if you do, it happens every semester, it just flies. Don't feel bad, but clean it up. Start slow. So right now, this is it's thinner than milkshake, but it's thicker than whole milk. So I'm going to add a little bit more water. We're shooting for like 2% milk. 1% is fine. And you add water slowly. Okay, we're going to start with that. It's close. We're going to take the sieve, which is this right here. It has a screen on the other side and those brushes, and it pushes the glaze through. If you're alone in here, a technique you can use is just to rest it on your knee, and then you slowly just see what we're working with here. See if there's any chunks on the side. Try to get them into the liquid batch. Chunks at the bottom, not bad. It's good. And then I'll just put the rest of this through. And then pour the contents of that bucket back into this. Now it is kind of a messy situation with this, so you're just going to take this, put it into the sink, like completely into the sink, and then just wash it or use the spray gun sprayer on the outside sink to clean it on. So, questions?
Do you add the color in before you sift it?
Good question. The color goes in with the main batch.
Okay.
Yes.
So you sift it last.
The question was, do you put the additives in after you do this? No. All the additives, the colorants, the stains, anything that's on that secondary part of the recipe down here, that goes in with the main batch.
Okay.
Good question. Anything else? Okay, cool. You have a good weekend.